This time on Whatever We Want, we talk about
everything that was announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. There are time codes down in the description if you'd like to jump around to different points in the episode. We talk everything from Superman to Marvel fatigue. Enjoy! Welcome back to Whatever We Want, where we review content across all media, movies, TV shows, video games, and beyond to give you the most interesting behind-the-scenes insights, storytelling techniques, all that jazz, and more.
We cover everything from Disney, Pixar, Marvel. Without further ado, let's jump right into the show.
PreBanter, peanut butter. Daniel, hello. It's been
Jake.
We missed a week.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, a lot's been
Took a
going
break. It was a semi-planned
we kind of
break.
picked a week to take off with all the stuff that came out. You know what
That's
I'm talking about?
we're talking about this week. This whole podcast is dedicated to just San Diego Comic-Con and just like a bunch of news. Like sometimes we do a little bit of news and then like cover like a movie. This is just news, like all the announcements from Comic-Con and a few other announcements as well. Well, first off, how you doing? Doing okay? Like it's been a week?
I'm doing good. I got my hair cut for people who are watching video.
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So first bit of news, not Comic-Con news, but this is the Netflix live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series. More news. I followed an account.
Oh yeah.
So the guy that plays the Cabbage Man in the live-action, he is the same guy that voiced him in the original show. He's reprising his role. James Sy or Sy is his
Let's
name.
go.
That's my favorite news of the whole week. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, honestly, that's the biggest W we could have gotten. That's like on point.
And in addition to that, so another next bit of news, we have The Gray Man. Did you see that? That's a new Russo Brothers movie.
I did not. I've not had the time. I've heard that's not going that well though, like ratings wise.
I enjoyed it. It's just like people are like, there's nothing like crazy breaking new ground, and I think people were expecting that. It was like a fine movie. Like I enjoyed it. It was a good watch, but it did well enough apparently that it got a sequel confirmed.
Oh,
and a spinoff. I guess they're making the Gray Man universe, and I was kind of thinking, what should that be called? Like the Color-averse?
Yeah.
Or like different should it be just different shades of gray, like the Platinum Man,
the Charcoal Man?
Yeah, that's literally the next one on my list I had. The Heather Gray Man. It's this guy in like the sweatshirts. Or you could do like different colors, like the Maroon Man. It could be you in your like maroon pants that you always wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My last bit of news I had before Comic-Con news is Star Wars news. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. So remember the Acolyte? That's the show about like a Sith acolyte, like a Sith trainee or kind of person like hundreds of years before any of the Star Wars stuff that we see in the movies.
Yeah.
The official main lead was cast, and it is Amandla Stenberg is her name, and she played Rue in Hunger Games, if you remember that. She was like the little girl that like was Katniss's friend and then like died. Yeah. She also, I looked up her on IMDb, she also voiced Bia in Rio 2, who, spoiler, is the daughter of the two birds from the first one. I've never watched any of them, but sorry.
You've never seen Rio?
No, I haven't.
Dude, Blue Sky Studio did an amazing job with that. So
and now they're gone. So what did it give them? Okay.
Jeez. But no, seriously, those are good films. Those are good films. At least the first one. The second one's more of a blur to me, but I did have seen it.
Okay. Well, what do you think of just this casting?
I think it could fit well. Like it.
I think she's 23. She's our age. So she's just casted a lead as a Star Wars thing. Where did I go wrong? That's cool though. It's gonna be like a younger perspective, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like it's weird because we're at a certain point to where a lot of media for us kind of like as we've been growing up was aimed at people like at our age, you know?
And now it's starting to not be as much. Like
it's not as much anymore. Now it's like the younger groups of like kids.
I do want to talk about that with like the next phase of Marvel and stuff and just some worries I have. But we'll get there when we get to all the Marvel news.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, you ready to jump into the main segment? San Diego Comic-Con 2022, which was, I believe, last weekend.
Yeah.
When this goes out. Yeah. Okay. I mean, starting off, I want to save Marvel news because there's a ton of it for the end. So DC news. There was a rumor. I think that Henry Cavill was supposed to like come back and be announced as Superman. Like a lot of rumors going around, but that did not happen. Do you want him to come back? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I kind of do. I think he does Superman pretty well.
Yeah, I do as well.
It just depends on how they play him. At the end of the day, it's the writing for he does his job phenomenally, but it's the writing for DC in my book that needs more care to it.
Yeah.
So, but he does an amazing job. He does Superman very well.
I heard a scoop from another podcast I listened to, The Weekly Planet. I don't know if it was on their segment Hot Scoop or Shot of Poop. I don't know if it was. I have to say that, but I don't know if it was or not. But there's a guy that I think they know that works on the Witcher set, and apparently Henry Cavill was working on that in London. It was supposed to fly to San Diego Comic-Con to announce he was coming back as Superman, or just like to be there, but he got COVID, so don't read into it so much that he wasn't there, that it might have been that he just had COVID. I don't know if that's like confirmed or not, but so he could honestly still be back. There's still hope.
That's kind of a nice cop-out though for like for like the studios that like don't want like things out yet. They can just be like, oh yeah, they got COVID.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Nudge.
Yeah, so maybe there is something in the works. I don't know. I guess time will tell. And then Black Adam, we got a trailer.
Yeah. That looks pretty good actually. I'm kind of excited for that.
I'm like not super. I don't know.
It's not top of my list. Black Adam was never a character that I was like into, but I'm excited to see the direction that they're going to go.
Yeah, I am excited.
It's a different role, right? Black Adam, he's not just a superhero. He's a leader of a nation.
He's like an anti-hero kind of.
Okay, yeah, that as well. So he's kind of like I don't want to say it's not like Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom's like just full on asshole, but like Black Adam is like very strict and uptight with his policies and like how they
said that in the trailer.
Oh yeah, no, he will go and he does what he thinks is right for his people, but at the end of the day, he doesn't care. Like if you piss him off, you're done. Yeah. So
next DC news. Shazam. Yeah, there's a DC movie about cows.
it's just the JLA, and all they do is just moo because they get turned into cows from what's that little fairy guy from the Fourth Dimension?
I don't know, but we got Shazam.
Jigsaw Fiddle Siths or something like that.
Fury of the Gods. I honestly forgot that this was coming out.
I didn't see the full trailer for that actually. I only saw the like beginning parts of it to where he's just like, I don't deserve these powers. It looked
okay. It's nice seeing a sequel from DC for the first time in like a long time. It feels like.
Isn't Aquaman 2 coming out?
Yeah, but like that's not out yet. This will be out before that. This comes out this year. I didn't realize.
Oh,
that.
wait, really?
Yeah, December of this year. I don't know. Should be good. Shazam. Zachary Levi's charismatic. I always worry, and I think I don't know. Like I feel like the kid now is like kind of like a teenager. And he's like, oh, I'm a cool teen, angsty. And then Zachary Levi's like playing just like a kid, like, superpower. So I feel like there's like a disconnect. I felt like it was there in the first film. I'm worried he's going to be there again in the second film, like between the two. Like you know what I mean?
And there wasn't like any change there.
Yeah.
I can get that.
I don't know. Maybe just me being cynical. Anyways, all right. Any last minute thoughts on DC news before we jump into the plethora of Marvel news?
No, I think that's it from DC that I saw too.
All right.
So yeah.
Dude, Marvel...
They just literally dropped the mic
and
said, I've been seeing so many memes. I mean, you sent me the one about like the VFX people, like the VFX crews crying.
Me as a VFX artist, or VFX crew that works on Marvel stuff, seeing this being like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's good, like consistent work, but it's like a lot of work.
It's a lot.
But anyways, they've officially titled this saga the Multiverse Saga. Last one was Infinity Saga. So 4, 5, and 6 is the Multiverse Saga. I want to talk more towards the end. I feel like they're really rushing it a little bit. Because like if you think about it, the Multiverse Saga started, officially Phase 4 started in like 2021, 2020-ish maybe, if you're pushing it. It ends in 2025 with those 2 Avengers films. That's 4 or 5 years. Like Infinity Saga was like spread out and had time to breathe over 12 years. Like I feel like that's really drastically different, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't see. So I saw bits of the timeline, but how does it work? So there's going to be Secret Wars at the very end, and then there's.
Daniel, we're gonna go through all of them. Don't worry.
No, I'm trying to figure out the timing. Yeah. So when is?
It's Kang. They didn't announce all of Phase 6. They just have.
When we get to end of Phase 6, which is going to be Secret Wars. Right?
It's
Is that the end of the 5 years?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the Kang Dynasty. That was the 5 years.
It's Kang.
And then we had more.
No, it's Kang, and then in that same year is another Avenger. 2025 has 2 Avengers movies.
Oh, they're the same year.
Kang and Secret Wars. Yeah. Yeah. So it seems so rushed. I don't know. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Anyways, but yeah. So, what do you think? Well, first off, what do you think's just broad picture while we're still here? What do you think is after the Multiverse Saga? Like, where do they go? They did Infinity Saga, Multiverse Saga, like what?
I think it's gonna be what if stuff, and then you could be getting into stuff where it's like.
What's the next?
Oh wait, actually, hold on. I actually forgot about this. Marvel actually just put out a patent. It's like a patent or something like that for licensing.
Like a trademark.
Yeah, that's what it is. Trademark for Midnight Suns.
A patent.
Well, no.
Oh, okay. So what is Midnight Suns again?
So Midnight Suns is a group of guys that really focus on like supernatural events, and I believe the current like potential run up that we have with people that we already know do supernatural stuff would be obviously Moon Knight, right?
Okay.
Potentially Blade. Well, definitely Blade coming up. Vampires.
Yeah.
It depends on how they deal with Morbius. I don't know what the Morbin time. You know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So do you think that's next, like the supernatural stuff? Like I feel like you can't go from multiverse. I feel like that scales it back almost. I just don't know how they go bigger.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to get bigger than multiverse because you're gonna have to get to the point. Because after that, you'd have to get into quasiverse.
Maybe they'll do like a reset, like with I think, and I want to talk about this with Secret Wars. In that comic run, they get to Battle World where like all the universes like collide. So like maybe they're gonna do like a big reset, and
oh no, they definitely are.
Yeah, but then that's like an excuse to start small, and maybe they'll like kind of soft launch this into the next generation, and like fate, and like the next saga will be like a transition one or something. I don't know.
No, that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, you said it. What happened in the comics was that it was literally the death of the multiverse. There were so many incursions that were happening that's what caused Battle World and everything to happen. And then there's also Doctor Doom with the Beyonder's power. I don't know how they're going to do the Beyonder or how they're going to have any powers like that influence what's going on here.
We'll see. All right, you want to ready to go through and start talking about each individual announcement?
Yeah. So you run them off because it looks like you have a list already laid out.
Yeah. So, and I have them in order. So immediately next is in like 13 days is I Am Groot. That is that like 5 short miniseries. I think it looks cool. I don't know if I'm necessarily the target audience. I think it looks kind of like for kids, which is totally fine. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know how they're rendering everything. For me, it kind of feels like they're rendering things in either Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine 5. Just from how the animation looked.
Yeah, it didn't look like as hyper realistic, but it had like a different style to it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that'd be cool if that is like I'm thinking like bigger picture. If that's like the purpose of it, of them trying to experiment with more real time stuff.
Yeah, maybe it's just like experiments. Yeah,
that way they can do things quicker with higher fidelity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that'd be cool.
That would be interesting. And it makes sense too for that to be kind of the project aimed at stuff like that. But again, that's just my speculation.
So I guess this goes back to like phase 2 because he's Baby Groot. So I wonder if that'll just like flesh out some more things in that era. Like I don't think it'll maybe have much impact on like the future. You know?
Yeah, no, it just give more insight. I feel like it's also going to be with the question you asked before with the future of how things are going to go. We might get more stuff like that where it gives more backstory to certain things,
right?
And so on.
All right, next, and 7 days after I Am Groot, so less than a month away, is She-Hulk, that attorney at law.
I'm excited for that.
I'm really excited for that. Wong's in it. I feel like he's the only consistent thing in Phase 4, like between everything. He's like he's like Nick Fury of this saga, I guess.
Dude, honestly, he is. Think about it. He totally is.
Yeah, we saw the Abomination transform, so I guess he can kind of control his powers. Daredevil also.
Yes. That was dope. I wonder if they're going to get into explaining where Hulk gets his powers.
Maybe. I mean, we saw it's the Incredible Hulk. That's his origin.
That's not. You know what I mean?
Canon.
It's not. Well, yeah, but that's not. Okay, so Gamma in Marvel is different. It depends on how they do it. Is what I'm trying to say. It depends on how they're trying to.
What do you mean? I wonder if the Incredible Hulk is the MCU. Like we saw him get his powers. Edward Norton's.
Okay, but Gamma is different. So Gamma, as we know it, is just like a fundamental like reading of a light wave, right?
Yeah,
but
I know.
In Marvel, it's split up into 3 functions, right? So you can either have a particle.
You think they might flesh it out more?
Yeah, it could be a particle, a wave, or it could be magic. And then it also goes into like the realm.
Maybe that's why
like,
Wong's
the one above
there.
all and the one below all, and we could get into stuff like that too. So I don't know what's going on with that. So
I wonder.
It'd be
if
cool to see if they do flesh that out more.
You know how the Ancient One like pushed Bruce Banner out of like Hulk. Maybe she'll do that. Wong will do that with She-Hulk or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm curious to see. Maybe we'll finally explain how Smart Hulk went from Smart Hulk to be able to go back to Banner, because I don't know if we ever explained that.
Yeah, no, we never got that explanation.
So maybe
there
we'll
were deleted scenes about him. What was it? I think in
Shang-Chi we saw
Infinity
he was
War.
Mini Hulk. So
we saw that he was like that.
Yeah, in Infinity War, they talk about like they make a deal, but like I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, Daredevil. I'm super hyped about Daredevil.
Dude,
That's honestly what I'm most
so
excited
happy
for.
Daredevil.
I've been watching that with my roommate. Yeah, and we live Daredevil later. I do like how Daredevil, like Born Again or whatever it's called later. It's like 18 episodes. It's not doing like the freaking 6 episodes whatever
thing.
I hope they do it justice. Honestly, like That would be so great.
I honestly, if they don't do that right, a lot of people are going to be mad. But because they're going to be doing a thing with Kingpin as well, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I wonder if they're going to make Kingpin mayor.
Oh,
that would be an interesting play. But it'd also be kind of like a 180 from where he's at now. I mean, technically, it kind of happens in the comics too, because Daredevil kills Kingpin in the comics, and then he becomes mayor after he gets like resurrected or
Daredevil?
something.
Oh, Kingpin does. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I wonder. I mean, I guess last time we saw Kingpin was Echo like shot him in the face.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see. I mean, maybe he'll like have something wrong with him because like remember like did you see Daredevil?
Yeah.
I'm working through it, but like you know how like Frank Castle, like Punisher, like got shot in the head and then like had to kind of went crazy and like people they had to do like the court case. Maybe like something similar happened with Kingpin, where like he shot in the head and like changes his mental state or something. It goes even more off the hinge.
We could get Cyborg Kingpin.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Vision, White Vision, and Kingpin will combine. It'll be Wingpin.
Wingpin. Oh my god. I'm trying to bring the ship of Theseus into that. Oh my god.
I want Wingpin more than anything else. Wingpin. Oh my gosh. And he has just like a wingsuit, a giant wingsuit. All right. Anyways, after She-Hulk, after that, then we have Wakanda Forever, which is a Black Panther 2, November of this year.
I'm excited
that kind of snuck up on me a little bit. The trailer looked amazing.
It killed. It was freaking.
It's interesting. Like, there's a lot of like water things because like Namor and stuff, but like it like gave me like Avatar vibes, like Avatar 2, and I wonder
who's gonna have the better effects.
If those two are gonna have to like compete. Yeah, like what's gonna be better? I mean, I think James Cameron like has focused so much on this.
Yeah,
but like Black Panther looked good, I thought.
Did you see Quarter Digital's? I think Ren did it like a couple of weeks ago about like the breakdown of caustics and the change of how to like do fake caustics versus like actually physically. So caustics is, for example, when you have
I don't think I saw this.
Like a water or glass or something like that. It's the way that light propagates to make specific like shapes and colors due to how it's reflecting or reflecting.
Okay.
Refracting. There we go.
Yeah. Reflecting.
So for example, caustics is like the wavy, like liney grid kind of looking thing. When you look underwater, like say you're looking into a pool, it's like the lines you see when you are looking at the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's very important for how light is rendered through very specific, like translucent objects, which is obviously like water. So I wonder how they went through and did that. And it's going to be cool to see how they do compare.
What are we doing here on this planet? All right, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that would be. I'm really interested about it. Apparently, I also saw a pretty cool behind the scenes thing for Black Panther 2 that the call sheet, one of the people that worked on set said that it had no number 1 slot, and that was like reserved. They had it reserved for Chadwick, and that they were like, yeah, he was definitely there with us, like in spirit when we were filming this. So I thought that was just very nice, touching little detail.
Do you think? Because they I forget, were they able to record some stuff before he passed?
No, I don't think so. Like they made a huge deal about it that like What If was his last performance.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Namor's look?
Spot on. I
thought it looked really good. Like, they got the winged feet things.
Yep. That's exactly. I was surprised how well that looked, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was going to look like really cheesy, but it didn't.
Same, but it worked out well.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see Atlantis. Like Atlantis is going to be so cool to see.
Again, I wonder how Atlantis is going to compare to Aquaman and Aquaman 2 Atlantis. If they'll even show it in Black Panther, or like if we'll get a Namor thing down the road that wasn't announced. So maybe they're waiting to see like how this does, how Namor is perceived by audiences. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Anyways, that is the official end of Phase 4. So at the end of this year, Phase 4 will be done. Yeah, so that's kind of...
What did we say the date for Black Panther again?
November 11th, so a few months away. 4 months away. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyways, then Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, a little like kind of palate cleanser, I guess. That's in December of this year, so that is officially the last like Marvel thing of this year. Yeah, and then we jump into 2023, and we have, I think it's February. I haven't even I didn't write this one down for some reason.
We need to stop moving forward in time, honestly.
Well, get ready, buckle up. But we have Ant-Man 3, Quantumania next, and I'm actually pretty hyped for this.
Yes, this one's going to be good.
Apparently there were like leaks. I haven't seen any of the leaks, but there were leaks of like the trailer from Comic-Con, and like Kang is like vicious. So I'm excited to like have him more fleshed out after Loki and like the new version of Kang that's the Conqueror. And I think this is also bringing up an interesting point of kind of the mantles of superheroes. Like, because I think we saw his daughter had like a purple suit, like Scott Lang's daughter is going to probably put on the persona. And I think this also kind of brings into the discussion for Captain America 4, but I feel like Marvel's now experimenting with taking characters and continuing those movies. Like there will be a Captain America 4, but it's with a different like Captain America, like Sam Wilson's taking up this mantle. I feel like they're setting up Scott Lang's daughter to take over the mantle of Ant-Man, so they can do an Ant-Man and the Wasp 4, 5, 6, and it could be not, and like Scott Lang, Paul Rudd could not be attached, and like they could keep going. What are your thoughts? Like, do you think that's a good idea?
I feel like that's a good idea for multiple reasons. Because one, it makes sense just logically for how things work. Actually, like if MCU is like real, right? You're gonna have superheroes that die and other people that take up the mantles. You know what I mean? Or even just pass it down. So that just makes sense systematically. The real question then is whether or not it's going to work for you to be able to... you have to do right pacing with your characters to make sure that you're able to get emotionally attached, and that whenever that transition does happen, that happens in the right way for that character.
I think Sam Wilson is a good example because he was introduced in like Cap 2 and then grew with Cap and then took over. Yeah, so I think that's a good point to bring up. They can't just like throw someone new in there randomly. So yeah, I'm wondering if they're setting that up for Thor even, like with Chris Hemsworth's daughter that plays Gore's daughter. Like she's now this really young Love and Thunder or whatever, and she's like training with him. Like maybe Chris Hemsworth in 10 years won't be doing it, but like Gore's daughter will be the new Thor or something. I don't know.
Here's my biggest gripe. This is kind of just like a side note, but I feel this is important when it comes to like the future of the next couple of phases, is that we need to have more villains that are not just one movie villains to where they lose and like die.
I completely agree because we have like Kang, who's gonna be the next big bad like Thanos, and then we have like Gore. So like I think we need like a little in between that's maybe like a few movies, or like he can be like a villain for all like the next 3 Captain Americas, but not the overall villain of like the saga or something.
Yes, and we need to have villains that also win. Like it's like we've also seen scenarios where villains lose, but then they're still alive. You know?
I mean, Morbius won. Maybe they're like steering clear because of that.
Yeah, but no, like the only other exception I guess you could say would potentially be like Zemo,
Loki,
from Civil War. Well, Loki's
an exception.
Loki's an exception because
and he's a beloved character. So I feel like they should do more of that. Like try to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think Zemo. I think MODOK is a villain in one of the upcoming in Ant-Man 3. I think is one of the actual villains, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, ready to jump into some animation talk.
Yes,
because the next thing that is coming out in like early 2023 is What If Season 2, but I just kind of want to run through all the animation things. This isn't like the order, but I just want to like talk about them all. So What If Season 2, I like Season 1. Nice kind of change of pace, like didn't really have any like stakes or like tie-ins to like the grand scheme of things. Like it was a nice
to the sacred timeline.
Yeah, to like see everything. What are your thoughts on What If Season 2?
You know me, I can't wait for What If.
Any stories you want to see?
I know that they said they're going to be bringing in that episode about Gamora and Stark when they were.
Like,
that
there was
one?
that deleted episode.
Deleted, yeah. So
filler, what? To get them even come out, and you're like,
not filler. You know what I mean? Like the one that they cut out because
of COVID.
They needed to cut one
production resources. Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't mean like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm excited to like see how that will fit into the ones from before. But I'm also excited to see what new directions they're going to go with the new ones. Because that's a great thing with What If, is you're able to ask
do anything.
These like really stupid questions, and they can come out and be like, I think totally funny.
I think I saw they might continue Captain Carter's story, and like that maybe Captain America, like Steve Rogers, will like be the Winter Soldier. Like I think we predicted that. I think I actually don't know if this is confirmed or if this is just like me like wishing what will happen. But I remember we talked about it in What If Season 1, like that. Remember Steve Rogers like was in the Hydra Stomper and was captured, so maybe he'll become the Winter Soldier and like.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely did talk about that.
So maybe I don't know. Anyways,
well, here's another thing too that I'd be excited to see. This could be for technically What Ifs or just in the future in general, is doing a Marvel's Death of the Universe, to where, not like how it was with Doctor Strange, we'll talk about like in the comics, to where you have like Deadpool kills the universe or like Punisher kills the universe.
Yeah, Deadpool
but like
wasn't
seeing
announced.
that as like a series or something.
Yeah, maybe Deadpool will be Phase 6. I don't know what they're doing to mutants, honestly. But anyways, X-Men 97.
Oh, I can tell you what they're doing with mutants. It's that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but like
beat me to it.
Live action, yes. But so fall of 2023 is X-Men 97. So we got, I think I heard somewhere it like takes place a few years after the events of X-Men 97. So like this is going to be like early 2000s in the grand scheme of things. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think I need to go back and watch X-Men 97. I've never really watched it. But yeah, I'm curious again with Deadpool, what they're going to do with that, because they've been holding off for that. They did just release Logan. It's interesting. They released Logan, Deadpool, and Deadpool 2 on Disney Plus a few days before this X-Men announcement, so maybe that has some significance. I don't know. And then Spider-Man Freshman Year was announced.
Yes. There's a lot
Wait, before that, sorry. Marvel Zombies also announced 2024.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the spin-off of What If. I'm interested to see what they do with that. I don't know, not the top of my list,
it's not
cool.
the top of my list either, but yeah, agreed. It's gonna be
I think I saw it was rated like TVMA or whatever, so it's gonna be like gory. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
To see how far they push that. But anyways, all right, Spider-Man Freshman Year also announced.
There's a lot of controversy about that, about people being like, is it canon? Is it not? Is it?
Yeah, I think someone said that like from Marvel that it was canon, but I don't know how it could be because like Doc Ock and like all these other villains and stuff are apparently
Ock's not
in it.
octified yet.
Oh. Okay.
At least from what we saw in the concept arts. But that does bring up good points. Like for example, Scorpion. Like we've seen Scorpion before, but there's no excuse saying like he hasn't been already in the suit. Or if there's
he just is on a scooter.
The Scorpion scooter. He kicks with his tail instead of like using his foot. Or it could be just somebody else other than Gargan. So.
Yeah,
could be interesting to see.
I wonder if we'll see. I don't think Tom Holland's coming back for this, from what I heard. But Charlie Cox is apparently voicing Daredevil. He's getting a ton of work. He's doing
his thing, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll see. It'd be interesting if we saw like the origins or like just some earlier stuff of like Ned and Peter's relationship.
I'm curious to see how because the Osborns are also confirmed as well. There's Norman and Harry. I couldn't think of the name. I was like, Barry? I'm like, no, it's not Barry. Why can't I remember this? I should be ashamed as a Spider-Man fan for not knowing that like off the rip. But yeah,
speaking of hairy teenagers, we have a sponsor this episode. Ready for this? Boosh! That's right. We have a sponsors episode. Support for the Whatever You Want podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off. This is the big. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code WWWPOD at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, 6 million men worldwide, that's about 12 million balls. I can't take credit
balls,
for that. That was on the script.
Oh dang, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Well, what about people who have who lose their balls? That's kind of a.
That's why I said about 12 million balls.
Okay, yeah, good point. But let's be honest here with our viewers for a second, right? We got sent stuff from them. We were able to have the new lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah, I have the stuff. Hold on.
I'm not a supermodel. Okay, this isn't like some fancy frou advertising. I'm not Pete Davidson.
Bam, the lawnmower.
As somebody who works at home a lot and is always busy, I don't take care of myself that often, I'm not gonna lie. So having something like the 4.0 lawnmower trimmer made things so much easier. You're going to places, you know?
Also, the Weed Whacker, I tried this. It's like a nose trimmer. I've never had a nose trimmer before, and it did wonders. I think it's also like for your ears. I need to try that still, but the nose trimmer. The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, it is a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0, like we said, the Weed Whacker, which is this, again, the ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant.
The Ball Toner. By God. It's great. Have you ever had Hawaiian Punch on a hot summer's day?
Is that?
It's like that for my balls. It's just refreshing and sweet.
They also gave us Crop Reviver Toner, like you said, and Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. All comes in that package. The Lawnmower 4.0, the trimmer, is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4000K LED spotlight for a more precise shave. Because this trimmer is waterproof, you can say goodbye to the mess on your bathroom floor. You thought that was good, but want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, like we said, waterproof, and provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate nose holes. Their Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner will change the way you approach your hygiene routine. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped boxers, like I said, and the travel bag.
Oh my God.
Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. It's time to take care of yourself. Please go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping.
Honestly.
With code WWWPOD. Please use our code. It's a great way to support the show. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WWWPOD at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code WWWPOD. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Seriously, everything aside, like, appreciate Manscaped, like, first kind of like sponsor.
Huge
this
appreciation.
is huge.
Like, it's crazy. It's awesome.
We have been approached actually by a few other sponsors, but haven't done it because we didn't like trust the brands. I trust this brand and want you guys to get a good deal out of it. So please feel free to go use the code. Thank you.
I trust this brand so much. I trust them with my balls.
Boosh. All right, back. Hello. All right, so we talked about animation. Secret Invasion is the next thing on the Comic-Con list. Are you ready to jump into that?
Yes.
Spring 2023. I think that's like with the Skrulls, right?
Yes, so that's going to be with the Skrulls. Pretty sure the Feige confirmed that at least one of the known Avengers is actually a Skrull right now.
He's a Skrull.
Oh. Just get Ghost Rider.
It's just MODOK, just the giant skull. Yeah, no. But
you know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like the Skrull hype was like great in 2018, and we didn't hear anything for a while. And I was like, all right, I guess we're going to multiverse stuff. Like, I feel like, speaking of what they could have done, I feel like they could have done a whole saga dedicated to like Skrulls. Honestly, maybe it wasn't that big, but like maybe they could have done Skrulls and then multiverse stuff. Like, I feel like they're trying to cram a lot into this. Like, I don't know.
The problem is that they made Skrulls victims.
Yeah, and so they can't be the villains.
They can't be the villains. Yeah,
I'm excited to see Fury again in this, honestly.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
I don't know. It just feels like a lot. Like, Skrulls, mutants, multiverse. A lot. There's a lot to keep track of right now. And, like, this is what we do. We keep track of things. And I'm kind of, like, here, like, oh, my gosh. I'm trying to think, like, from a general audience perspective. Like, it's going to be tough. Well, next, Guardians 3, May 2023. I am very excited for this. James Gunn said that they would have shown more at Comic-Con, but the VFX weren't up to his and Marvel's standard yet. So they didn't show too much. But there were some hints, apparently, to Rocket's origin. And apparently the villain or a character in it, I don't know if it's a villain, is the High Evolutionary.
Yep, that's his creator.
Yeah. See, that's like, I think it's rumored like Rocket's creator, because it was like a biologist.
Yeah, but he experimented on like many different animals and stuff like that.
He's played by the same actor that worked with James Gunn on Peacemaker. That was like one of the government agent guys.
Cool. Interesting.
Next, we've got Echo 2023, which was that spinoff of Hawkeye. Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, according to Google, are in that as well.
I can't wait to see the Tracksuit Mafia again, man.
Do you think this will just be Daredevil 3.5? Like, before... No, honestly, because like if they're in it, like, I don't know how much it's going to be focused on Echo, and like, I don't know if Echo's like leading to anything.
I feel like for Echo, what they need to do to make it feel good is that they need to have it focus on a different perspective other than like a hero perspective. Echo in herself, she leads the Tracksuit Mafia, right? So I think that'd be an interesting angle to be able to be like, hey, this isn't a hero, but it's still a character that we want to be able to follow and see how they play a role, especially in New York, and see how things are playing out in New York.
Yeah. All right. Loki season 2.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. They're filming it now. It's after Ant-Man 3, so I wonder if Kang will be like fleshed out and we'll still be like, if we'll see more of him in this, maybe. I want Mobius to just ride a jet ski into the sunset and say ka-chow. Or wow. Wow. After that, we have the Marvels, which is Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. It got delayed. I mean, Miss Marvel was cool. I'm curious how it'll do. It's not top of my list. I feel like there's so much coming out that I'm like, some of these I'm just like, okay, another thing I gotta see.
Like, it's there. I mean, yeah. But, yeah. I
don't know. I'm excited for it. Maybe Nick Fury will be back. After that, we have Ironheart.
That's going to be interesting.
I think she was in the Black Panther 2 trailer, so I think that'll be her introduction to the character.
Really?
Yeah, so her name's Riri Williams, and she's a genius inventor who creates what Marvel describes as the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man.
Interesting.
Yeah, studied at MIT. She's not attached to Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's where I thought we'd see her first, MIT.
But maybe because she's going to Wakanda, maybe it'll be advanced because it's Iron Man inspired stuff combined with like Wakandan vibranium tech or something.
Yeah. That could make sense. Kind of jump starter in a way.
Yeah, and then Blade, like we talked about, November of 2023.
Yes.
I never saw the original Blade trilogy.
Original Blade was good, kind of. It kind of dipped a little bit towards the end. But like, here's the thing: Marvel needs to do Supernatural right. I think they will this time.
Do you think this will have Jon Snow, whatever that guy's?
Black Knight.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be in this?
I think he might not be in that, but he will be in Midnight Suns.
I wonder when we'll see Harry Styles again, and like the Eternals, because they kind of set it up for
Christmas
more.
special.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think the next place you'd see him is in space, so I don't know.
Actually, I think I did see some like leaked Marvel zombie stuff that Icarus was going to be a Marvel zombie. So maybe
they
we'll
need
see
to do
some stuff
Santa.
There. Oh yeah, Santa. Oh, maybe that's what they're doing with the holidays, because Santa is like one of the like most powerful like
mutants,
level 5 mutants in the MCU.
Yeah, he's an Omega level. So they need to do that. Oh my God, why didn't I think about that before?
I think I saw one of our friends, Ringo, 60-second Comic Facts, did a video on Santa, I think like over Christmas, and I watched it. It was pretty good. Like Santa like I think got mind controlled or something, and like they had to bring in like
Tony had to do something.
Their heaviest hitters to like take him down, and like save Christmas. It was kind of cool. But yeah, after that, Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Oh yeah, she has her own
name changed. Yeah, it was supposed to be, before it was announced, it was Agatha House of Harkness. I mean, you know me, I love alliteration, so either of those names would have been great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Coven of Chaos sounds good. I'm curious what they're gonna do. That'll be so far away, like 2 years after WandaVision, so maybe this is her like breaking out, and maybe it'll be again more like supernatural, like witches, and maybe something will happen in Blade. This happens right after Blade.
Let me ask you this:
like, break her out or something. I don't know.
Do you think Wanda is dead? Like our version of Wanda is dead?
Okay, I don't want her to
dead.
be. Elizabeth Olsen cannot die.
Do you think
in the MCU.
that there's gonna be stuff there between Agatha and her?
Oh yeah, because like she's kind of gone off the wall. Maybe she's gonna like team up with her again, and like they're gonna reconcile and like become a witch tribe.
She mind controlled her at the end of Vision. So
what
at
the end of Vision?
At the end of WandaVision, right? Wasn't she like mind controlled to think that she was still like a normal person?
She was like in a trap kind of thing, like a mind
Wanda
palace.
is hurt enough that then she
maybe
wakes.
Like that spell breaks out, or maybe like whenever she comes back, like the spell will break or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But after that, Daredevil Born Again, spring 2024. I wonder if Rosario Dawson will come back, because she was like the nurse in season 1.
She better.
And I mean, now she's Ahsoka, so it'd be really cool if she came back. I liked her character a lot.
It'd be funny because we know there's Star Wars in the MCU, so it'd be funny if there's like an episode of The Mandalorian in the background.
yeah. I wonder if in the MCU it like stops at like the original trilogy, like the first 6 movies.
Original trilogy? It could be.
Or like even maybe just the first 3 movies, like 4, 5, and 6, because then Samuel L. Jackson comes in, and like would that break stuff? I don't know. But anyways, Captain America 4, we talked about that with the mantles and everything. Again,
yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I think Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of like fell down for me again, because it was so political compared to like
it was trying to do too much
compared to the multiverse stuff that was just opening up. I think if it's done right, like I think the Russo brothers did it right, like where it was political but like action based and had a lot of implications. If there are like maybe this is how you bring in Skrulls again. Maybe it's like politics, but they realize that like Skrulls are like have infiltrated like the highest of command, kind of similar to Winter Soldier, but like at a different level. And maybe it's like Captain America trying to take down
Skrull POTUS or something like that.
Yeah, maybe there's like a group of bad Skrulls that have infiltrated the government, and they have to like find a way around it or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
We have Thunderbolts, July 2024, which is, I think that's the end of Phase 5 then. Do you know much about this? Is this when it's like all the like kind of, is this what's
it's
his
like
face?
The anti, I don't want to say like
the girl from Seinfeld. That's her team.
Yeah, Team B. Let's call them that, because Avengers is A team, right? So this is like Team B. Let's call it that.
So this will have the guy.
It's gonna
Captain
have
America, the up guy. What's his name?
U.S. Agent.
Yeah, that's
going to be
agent.
Yelena. Yeah.
Yelena. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I mean, we know those two. Maybe we'll get more throughout.
Because here's the thing. Because we're going to be getting the new Avengers, or technically the Young Avengers, and then there's going to be the Thunderbolts. So
Yeah.
Because who's going to be on the new Avengers lineup? We're going to have technically Ant-Man, I guess you could say, and the Wasp. Probably Peter. You'd have Hulk.
I also just want to say everything that I have listed so far comes out in the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's
like
a lot.
To 2024.
Okay, I kind of do agree with you to where they do need to...
July 2024. So it's not even the end of 2024. This is up to July of 2024, exactly 2 years from today.
I get what they're trying to do because because of COVID, things were tough and they kind of want to just like get stuff out there. But at the same time, part of the beauty with the Infinity series was that it was the timing and spacing of it, you know?
Yeah.
Two of the stones.
Like the fact that we had to like wait a year after Infinity War and then we had to like go through Ant-Man the Wasp.
All that suspense.
Yeah, that like was great. But yeah, then we get into, and then we start, let's talk about Phase 6 now. We get, we don't have a lot announced, but what we do have announced is Fantastic Four, which is November of 2024. Nothing official with casting yet. And then the 2 Avengers films, like I said, so Avengers Kang Dynasty, and that actually just got its director attached to it, like immediately after being announced. But the Shang-Chi director is directing this.
Interesting.
And I don't know. What do you think? Because like I feel like the Russo brothers kind of built up to like having an ensemble cast. I'm worried because he's done Shang-Chi, and that didn't really have an ensemble superhero cast. Like balancing that. Like what do you think about that?
I think it's gonna be fine. It's just gonna come down to whether or not
Destin Daniel Cretton is his name.
Yeah, I feel like he's a Daniel, so it's gonna work out. But no, seriously, it's gonna be it just comes down to whether or not, again, they take their time with the story itself and build things up properly.
I feel like the action will be good because the action in Shang-Chi was great, I thought.
Yeah, the action is going to be amazing.
Be cool. But I'm also worried because, again, they're doing 2 Avengers films in 2025. It's not going to be the same director. I don't think he's doing Secret Wars. So I feel like
let me say it like this. They need to not do what Disney did with the sequels.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Maybe, I mean, if they go in with a plan from Kevin Feige and then these directors are just executing his vision, it might be different. But I
feel like that is going to be the case.
So May 2025 is Kang Dynasty. I think there's something in the middle that hasn't been announced, and then there's Avengers Secret Wars in November of 2025. And again, we talk about Secret Wars. It's like combining all the alternate universes, including like the Ultimate Universe, 2099 universe, to form like Battle World. And yeah, they said the Russo brothers are not doing this because people want them to, but they have been asking, but they're not doing this apparently.
Yeah,
but that could change. It's a few years away. I don't know. All right, that's all that's been announced, dude. That is a lot.
Let me ask you this as one last thing.
Yeah,
because we also still have Spider-Verse.
Well, that's different. Like that's Sony. Yeah.
Well, it's different, but there have been talks and rumors about them.
They're going to cross over.
Into 2 parts. Yeah, about crossovers there. So
that would be
what do you think might be happening with that?
I don't know. I don't think anything was really, from what I've seen, has been announced with that. I'm just excited visually to see it. If it does cross over, I'd be excited. Maybe that'll be, I guess, Phase 6 stuff. But maybe they'll do mutants in Phase 6. Maybe that'll be the next saga. Maybe the next saga will be like a ton of crossovers. Like they're just gearing up to like do crossovers with like all the studios or something, like DC, Marvel crossover. That's like how they get even bigger than the multiverse saga. I don't know. I have no idea. What do you think?
I'm thinking there's a lot going on.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot to keep up with, which is exciting. I'm just worried. I'm just so worried about fatigue. That's what I'm worried about.
I think this is what would help cleaning it up. First of all, you need to get a timeline of the sacred timeline and actually have like a roadmap of the multiverse, right? Including the comic verse stuff. Like if Marvel sent that out, that'd be great. That honestly might be somewhere, but the way that I'm presuming it is you have like your main comic verse that's all branching out, yada yada, and like on a little branch over here we have now the MCU. And now this is based off of being like, that's why they're saying like, hey, like this one here is, I almost did my middle finger. This one's like 616. And then here's all the other, multiverses. But beyond that point, I feel like for mutants, there's several ways that they could still go with it. Obviously you have mutants from other universes and stuff, but what we've seen with Ms. Marvel is that Kamala is a mutant. She's not an inhuman. So I wonder if they're going to make it that mutants happened before stuff that we saw with like Iron Man and all that. So say we had like,
I mean, with 97, X-Men 97, maybe.
Well, not even that. Like back in the OG comics, like mutants happened back in like the 60s and 70s. So like I feel like that would be a good way to get around that and have that make sense to where like that's where like the mutant stuff was happening, and then like that kind of like.
And they could do just another like Captain Marvel situation where like the origin is just like set in like the 80s or whatever, or the 60s kinda, or whatever, like a period piece kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe they time travel or just like don't age or something. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm saying like for example, like this version in our in the 616 in the Sacred Timeline, right? You could say that Charles Xavier in our universe is dead because he was born way earlier and he died. You know.
And then they get into like maybe someone else taking up that mantle or just different newer age mutants or something. I don't know. Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
We've been rambling. Out of everything, Marvel, DC, what was your favorite trailer / thing that was announced?
I gotta say Black Panther. Honestly, I'm really excited for Black Panther. Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited. Honestly, Loki season 2, maybe. Honestly, I just love the vibe of that.
I mean, obviously, and Secret Wars, like that's gonna be.
Yeah. Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, just all that stuff. Yeah. All right, ready to jump into the next segment.
Yes. What do we got?
Totally tribute TV tidbits. So, did you know that the Millennium Falcon was designed in one night?
No, I didn't know that.
So I was watching the docuseries Light and Magic that just dropped on Disney Plus. Definitely check it out. It's actually really good. And it showed that the team at ILM originally spent months designing Han Solo's iconic ship leading up to the filming of Star Wars. But right before they were scheduled to start filming, a project called Space 1999 came out, and one of the ships looked very similar to the ship they designed for Han Solo. So they had to put that aside because George Lucas didn't want anything that looked like something that had already come out. So he tasked one of his designers with creating a new ship from scratch ASAP. So the designer went home and had to come up with something that night. And he looked over at his sink and saw some dirty dishes, and he just put 2 plates on top of each other and thought that it looked kind of cool, like a saucer. And then he stuck an antenna on it and like a cockpit from one of the old models they were working on. And then that was kind of the base of the design. And everyone at ILM nicknamed the ship Pork Burger because when they were creating the model, it looked like a hamburger. And that original ship that they were designing for the Millennium Falcon, they took that and made it the Tantive 4, the first ship that Leia's on in the beginning of episode 4. Yeah. So that was going to be Han Solo's ship.
That's interesting how things change up like that.
Yeah.
Imagine Han like flying through Star Wars in the Tantive instead.
Yeah.
Like that would have felt different, you know?
Yeah, but anyways, definitely check out the Light and Magic docuseries that just dropped. I'm checking it out now. I'm on like episode 2. Definitely good. Yeah, next segment, we're not going to do Rank Rally, but I have another little thing. So someone asked us on TikTok, Demirge Majin, I don't know his username, sorry. But he asked us in our opinion, what the best Marvel fight scene is. So for the best Marvel fight scene, my mind immediately goes to the Winter Soldier. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the fight between Captain America and the Winter Soldier, like in the street with the knife, like that choreography. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, you and I kind of talked about this before. I did. Yeah. That's like the first one that does come to mind, but there are other ones too that are also up there. Yeah. For example, Shang-Chi obviously had a lot of great choreography and fighting scenes.
Yes.
Especially when that one shot where he like they're in the skyscraper and like the knife is thrown and like he catches it.
Yeah.
That was a live take. That wasn't like CGI or anything. That like was actually done and he caught it like that. So
also just like the bus fight in Shang-Chi, like they did like a homage to Jackie Chan with like the coat thing and like again, a lot of thought put into that. But again, I think up there for me, number 1 has got to be that fight with the Winter Soldier and Captain America. And I saw, because there's also a funny behind the scenes thing with the training of those actors and stunt doubles. Sebastian Stan, Bucky, was training religiously like with a fake knife like for months before. And like he said that apparently he would be hanging out like at home with friends and would just be constantly like flipping around this like fake knife, and his friends would like make fun of him because he just had it on him at all times. I was imagining like Sebastian Stan playing like Scrabble, but he's got like with his buddies,
he's just holding a knife.
He's got like a knife he's throwing around like intimidation factor. That'd be funny.
Like that'd be better if you're doing like poker. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, do you have a good hand?
Also, just back to this fight, like it's so gritty and like totally different than a lot of the other MCU fights. Like
it's more grounded.
Yeah. Again, I feel like all the Captain America stuff, like they can't rely on the spectacle of like Iron Man coming out and blowing stuff up. Like that is amazing visually to see, and I love it. But this was like had to be like uber hyper. I don't know, like
it had to be
fast and tight. Yeah,
it had to be tight, good form, and if anybody like missed, everything had to be on proper spacing and I mean, it's fighting choreography, so it has to be. But like in this fight specifically, because there's so much muscle and power to it, because you're trying to make it feel like it's about super drive. Soldiers.
Speaking of The Rock, Black Adam,
like that needed to be there, and with it again being so grounded, that's what made that feel so good.
Yeah.
On the flip of that, the fight with Tony and Cap at the end of Civil War.
I have that in my notes too. That was because that just the emotion behind that, and also it's again Iron Man using his specific use of powers very effectively, and then Cap and Bucky using their super soldier senses like very effectively. Like again, I feel like criticism we have of Marvel is that it's like always like, oh, a shrinking guy and his villain, another shrinking guy in a different colored suit. It's cool to see when different people are like put against each other head to head with different powers, how it would possibly be even. Like it's cool to see that, and I think that was a fight that did it very well. And again, I feel like coming back to Civil War, a couple fights earlier, like the airport scene was great, but it didn't have the emotion behind. Like they were kind of like play fighting. It felt like they weren't like going for each other. They were going for each other in the end. Yeah,
that hit hard.
Some other fights I want to mention. The mirror dimension. I feel like visually, Doctor Strange, that was a fantastic, like one top tier visual fight. And also, again, going to creative fights, I think Iron Man stripping him from his powers, and then when he infiltrates the base in Iron Man 3, and like he's using like his wits, he's like showing off that ingenious playboy, philanthropist, whatever. So he's like making like those Christmas tree bombs using like the power glove. Like I think that was really cool. You said Black Panther, the end fight scene.
Oh yeah, dude. What are we talking about? Black Panther at the end? Come on, like.
Beautiful. No, but all seriousness though, I think I'm gonna change my number one. I really loved, and actually, it might be technicality, it might be a chase technically, but just the fight scene in Civil War when it's Bucky escaping his apartment, I think is. That really is true.
Great. I would make that more of a chase, but
yeah,
I get where you're going.
Maybe a chase, but like freaking when they're battling down the staircase, like Bucky's throwing Captain America, like Steve, as like a weapon against these guys, and like they're jumping down the stairwell, like ripping the
railing when he has to use it to like get down to his arm.
And then the introduction of Black Panther, and then they fight for a while. It just keeps going. Then they drop down into the underground highway and are just running. I think that had so many great moments and like tight choreography.
We gotta do a thing for chases though in MCU too. Yeah, I feel like we gotta make one for that. But because that'd definitely be the top one for that. Yeah.
So thank you for that question. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit us up on that TikTok Q&A. That was a good question. I enjoyed chatting about that. Maybe rank rally. We could rank our top 5 MCU fights or top 5 MCU chases next time or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I like that.
All right, ready for Patron Shout-Outs?
Yeah, hit me with them.
Cue up Stars Music. Boost. Congratulations, Lori, Frank, Rick, Lisa, Evan, Tony. Thank you so much for pledging the tier. Thank you to the shout-out. If you're supporters over on Patreon, link is down in the description. You get the audio episode early. A lot of special benefits and cool perks. We'll on our Discord. Seriously, thank you to our Patreon supporters. Thank you, seriously. Ready for next segment. I used to call it review shout-outs, but I think we changed it to cool comments.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of comments on our definitive movie theater snack tier list from 2 weeks ago. So thank you for that. But
I finally had Bunch of Crunch again.
Oh, really? It was so good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Josh McIntyre said, not gonna lie, I enjoy Skittles more than popcorn. And that's fair. But I still love popcorn.
That's kind of a hot take, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Zach Skittles Henry said the best combo in my opinion is popcorn, Pepsi, and Skittles. I get it every time. That's kind of different than our popcorn slushy M&Ms that we said, but it's a good alternative, I feel like.
I can get it. Yeah, no, I can understand it.
And then Tyler Long said, can confirm Daniel's butter addiction. Ready for the introduction?
Yeah, tell me when.
When?
We just talked about whatever we want to talk about, and now we're done. Blank.
Thank you all seriously so much for listening. Really genuinely appreciate it. Thanks for dealing with us or being patient with us during this break, the week off. We're excited to be back.
Yes. And again, don't forget to use our Manscaped link. Again, www.pod. Again, great products. I'm the type of guy that has to try out something first before I'd invest. So as somebody who's like that, if you're like that too, do it. Legitimately.
Do it.
It's worth it. Do it.
And leave a comment of what your favorite Comic-Con announcement was.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious. All right. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.